Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Tonight, I want you to dim the lights, get comfortable, and let me take you on a journey to the misty, moonlit shores of Charleston, South Carolina. This city, with its cobblestone streets and centuries-old mansions, is steeped in history. But some of its stories aren't confined to the pages of a book. They linger in the salty air, whispered on the ocean breeze. This is the tale of Charleston's most famous phantom, the pirate's ghost of Charleston Harbor. Our story begins in the golden age of piracy, a time when Charleston was a bustling, wealthy port town. It was a place of opportunity, but also of great danger, especially with pirates prowling the nearby waters. And among the most feared, yet dashingly handsome pirates, was a man known only as Captain Bluebeard, not the one from the fairy tales, but a real-life buccaneer with a reputation as fierce as the sea itself. He was known for his cunning, his skill with the sword, and a certain undeniable charm that could disarm even his most hardened enemies. His ship was his kingdom, and the open ocean was his domain. Now, in a city as grand as Charleston, there lived the governor, a man of immense power and wealth. His most prized treasure wasn't gold or jewels, but his beautiful daughter, Amelia. She was the jewel of Charleston society, known for her grace, her wit, and a spirit as fiery and untamed as the wild roses that grew in her father's garden. She was promised to a wealthy nobleman, a marriage of status and convenience, but her heart yearned for something more. It yearned for adventure, for a love that was as deep and mysterious as the ocean she watched from her balcony every evening. One fateful night, during a grand ball at the governor's mansion, Captain Bluebeard, disguised as a visiting merchant, dared to step into the world of his enemies. He was there on a mission of espionage, but fate had other plans. His eyes met Amelia's across the crowded ballroom, and in that instant, the world seemed to stop. It was a connection that defied logic, a pirate and a governor's daughter. Two souls from opposing worlds, drawn together by an invisible, unbreakable thread. They danced, their conversation a secret language of stolen glances and whispered words. For Amelia, he was the adventure she craved. For the pirate, she was the treasure he never knew he was seeking. Their love was a secret, a dangerous and thrilling affair. They met in secret, under the cover of darkness, in hidden coves and along the moonlit waterfront. He would tell her stories of faraway lands and incredible treasures, and she would share her dreams of a life beyond the gilded cage of her social standing. Their love was a rebellion, a passionate flame burning brightly against a backdrop of imminent danger. They knew their time together was stolen, that every moment could be their last, which only made their connection more intense, more desperate. But love, especially a forbidden one, rarely goes unnoticed. A jealous suitor, the same nobleman Amelia was betrothed to, grew suspicious of her late-night absences and her newfound secretive glow. Driven by envy and a thirst for revenge, he followed her one night. He watched in the shadows as she met her pirate lover by the docks, their embrace illuminated by the soft glow of a lantern. His heart filled with rage, he saw his chance. He ran straight to the governor, betraying their secret and sealing the pirate's fate. The governor, enraged by the betrayal and the dishonor brought upon his family, ordered the immediate capture of Captain Bluebeard. The guards descended upon the docks before dawn. The pirate fought valiantly, but he was outnumbered and taken by surprise. He was caught, not at sea during a battle, but on land, disarmed by love. His only crime, in his heart, was loving a woman he could never truly have. He was dragged away in chains, his last sight being Amelia's heartbroken face, tears streaming down her cheeks as she watched her love being taken from her. There was no trial, no mercy. A pirate who dared to love the governor's daughter had to be made an example of. As the sun began to rise, painting the sky in shades of pink and orange, Captain Bluebeard was led to the gallows at the very edge of the harbor, at a place now known as White Point Garden. He stood tall, his eyes fixed not on the crowd, but on the horizon, toward the open sea that had been his home. His last words were not a plea for mercy, but a whisper of Amelia's name on the wind. As he was executed, legend says a great storm suddenly rolled in from the sea, as if the ocean itself was mourning the loss of one of its own. Amelia was devastated, her heart shattered into a million pieces. She refused to marry the nobleman who had betrayed her love and spent the rest of her days in seclusion, her spirit broken. She would often walk to the pier at dawn, staring out at the water, forever waiting for a ship that would never return. And this is where the legend truly takes hold. They say the pirate's love was so strong, his sense of betrayal so deep, that his spirit could not rest. His soul was forever tied to the spot where his life and his love were so cruelly taken from him. To this day, people in Charleston tell stories of seeing a shadowy figure at the end of the pier, especially on foggy nights or at the break of dawn. They say it's the ghost of Captain Bluebeard, eternally searching the harbor, waiting for his lost love, Amelia. Some have reported hearing faint, mournful whispers on the wind, a name carried on the salty air. Fishermen and late-night strollers have claimed to see a tall, spectral man in antiquated clothing, his form sometimes solid, sometimes just a wisp of sea mist. He stands silently, gazing out at the water, a lonely sentinel guarding a love that time itself could not erase. Is he waiting for Amelia? Or is he seeking revenge on the city that took everything from him? No one knows for sure. This tale, a haunting blend of love, betrayal, and the supernatural, has become a cherished part of Charleston's folklore. It's more than just a ghost story. It's a testament to a love so powerful it transcends even death itself. It reminds us that the history of a place is written not just in its buildings and streets, but in the passions, sorrows, and undying spirits of those who lived and loved there. So the next time you find yourself near a historic harbor, as the sun goes down, listen closely. You might just hear the whisper of an old legend on the tide, a timeless story of a pirate's ghost and the love he could never leave behind. Thank you so much for joining me for this tale tonight. I hope it gives you a little chill and a lot to think about. If you enjoyed this story, please hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next journey into the world of legends and lore. Until next time, stay curious and sleep tight.